I'm not going to debate you, Jerry.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and debate. I will say this, though. What Shep told us didn't make a whole lot of sense.
Oh no, it's real sound. It's all worked out.
You want your own wife kidnapped.
Yeah.
Today's film club presentation is the Coen brothers' 1996 film, Fargo. To a certain group of film fans, the words a Coen brothers film means something very special. They mean you're in for something unusual but entertaining. By the mid-90s, they'd already had an impressive list of films to their name. Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, Miller's Crossing, Barton Fink and The Hudsucker Proxy had all been hits with the critics but made little connection with any sizable audience. This time, they would be tackling a true story based on an actual crime from 1986, but as usual they remained tight-lipped about the details. As it turned out, there was a good reason for this that would be revealed after the film came out. The script posed an interesting challenge. One of the lead characters didn't appear until 33 minutes into the film, over a third of the way through. How would they get their heroine to make an impression quickly on screen? Easy, well, for the Coen brothers anyway. Marge Gunderson shows her worth by putting together a convoluted crime scene in record time. As an audience member, we suddenly know, even at this late stage in the film, that this is someone to stick with.
So we got a trooper pull someone over. We got a shooting. These folks drive by. There's a high-speed pursuit. Ends here, and then this execution type deal.
Yeah.
I'd be very surprised if our suspect was from Brainerd.
Yeah.
And I tell you what, from his footprint, he looks like a big fella.
You see something down there, Chief?
No, I just think I'm gonna barf.
Jeez. You okay, Margie?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's just morning sickness. Well, that passed. The story they were telling about Jerry Lundegaard's character was one that was just a little too hard for an audience member to give into. And I think a lot of people forget that Marge comes in halfway through the movie and that in fact it's a supporting role. Hi, it's Marge. I met Joel and Ethan at the audition for Blood Simple in 1982. I've known them for 18 years and I don't know when they started writing Fargo, but when they did, they said, there's a part for you in it that we want you to play. And then when I read the script, you know, it was like, okay, all right, Marge, all right, Midwestern cop. It was not that interesting at first for me. At the time, I thought, psychopath, a killer, a whore, something with a little more meat to it. And it wasn't until I really got into the process that I realized how much fun I was going to have.
Throughout filming in 1995, a particularly mild winter forced the filmmakers to change location many times to find suitably covered landscapes, and in a lot of scenes, fake snow had to be used.
We just happened to be shooting in Minnesota in the second warmest year in the last 100 years and probably the driest.
When the film was finally released, one of the elements the media jumped on were those pesky words at the start of the film, based on a true story.
We weren't interested in making a documentary, and the characters are really inventions based on the sort of outline of events. Yeah. So we invented the characters, and they're really sort of our creation and the creation of the actors who played the parts.
That's the Coens version anyway. Actor William H. Macy remembers it slightly differently.
I guess we were about 3 weeks into the shooting when I said, tell me a little bit about the case, the actual case. And they said, no, it's just made up. I said, no, but I mean, you know, the story that it's based on. He said, it's not based on any story, we just made it up. I said, guys, it says at the beginning of the script, based on a true story. I said, yeah, well, it's not. I said, you can't do that. They said, why not? I said, because you're saying something that's not true. I said, the whole movie's not true. We made it all up. It's a movie. It's not true. I said, okay. okay.
All this adds to the wonderful mystery of the film, and of course it's full of strange and original characters that always fill out a Coen Brothers film.
As far as we're concerned, what we're trying to do is just something different from what we've done before, so
Each time out.
yeah, I mean, just for the sake of variety, just in the interest of keeping life interesting for ourselves. So to the extent that there's anything that the movies have in common, we're not aware of it. We sort of try to avoid it, in fact.
Yeah, and it is always, it has been strange from the beginning to be sort of considered so aggressively idiosyncratic in a way. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't true, it's just that from our perspective, it's always been sort of a strange thing to consider or a hard thing to sort of see from the outside. I think for the reason Ethan was saying, you just kind of approach each story on its own terms, and you try and tell it the best way that you can sort of imagine, and you don't think about it sort of in terms of it being strange or quirky.
Fargo went on to make $60 million at the box office, the Coens' first really big hit. It won Best Director at the BAFTAs, Best Director at the Cannes Film Festival, and was nominated for 7 Oscars. It won 2, Best Screenplay and Best Actress for Frances McDormand. More significantly, 10 years after it was made, Fargo was deemed culturally, historically and aesthetically significant and inducted into the United States Film Registry, and it's still the most recently made feature film in the registry today. So sit back and enjoy Fargo.